what I want to look at to give you an idea how to structure your portfolio, because that's the only 30% stock in my portfolio, because of my level of confidence, my level of competence, and my understanding of the vehicle through all the factors that I gave you. There are more factors. I could go through them if you request it below, guys. My producer will allow me to talk more about Tesla, which I'd love to. So request it. But I also invested in the Grayscale Bitcoin tracking. It's a security that I can invest in that's going to invest in cryptocurrencies. So say you want to invest in a Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin, but you don't want to buy a Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin. You're going to invest in the Grayscale cryptocurrency index or index assets or whatever they create, the security that they create. So I invested, coming out of advice from one of the top people at Facebook, is that this Indian guy, producer finding one Indian guy, top guy on Facebook, knows a fund that he invests. He recommends even buy 1% of cryptocurrency, because say you're wrong. It stays there and take a long while and it's 1% of your money. But say that you are right. There's a possibility of a cryptocurrency to go from $1 to $1,000. So if you have $200, or say you have $2,000, if it go by 1,000, you don't have $2 million. Of that less significant or minute impact on your account. And so it's like that's my highest risk investment. And that's coming out of the dollar and what's going on with the US dollar and the printing of money that they are doing now, and the paychecks that they are giving out for people to stay home. So people are looking at, is dollar valuable? So I take into account the wider society, the wider market, the environment, the opportunity, post-COVID, pre-COVID. You understand? Because before that, I wouldn't see the timeline significant enough for me to invest in a Bitcoin and say, I think it's going to make some money in the next 5 years. But COVID has sped up things, and that is why after the things like that I invested in after COVID. I was like, what's my play on COVID? Right? And that was it. So now I'm 1% in on the Grayscale Bitcoin security. Fine. Then there was this other stock, GEO. Why I bring up GEO is because I want to teach you guys about the moral aspect of it. What GEO is now, GEO is actually the company that runs the prisons in America. So I sat there and I was like, why prisons full of a black man, you know? I'm gonna want to support Babylon system. Yeah, real conversation with myself, you know. But then I said, no, Jade, don't be foolish. These people will always make money off the system, and you don't invest in it because you say you don't rate it or whatever, but it's going to exist whether you invest or not. My money is not what's starting the company. No. And I'm trying to benefit from them trying to imprison black people, other people too, but you know, that's my moral issue. Right. And I said, no, better me take the money, invest it, make that money, and then we give back to people. So that way we can try and benefit from the system that's supposedly holding down the people who are like to lift it up. So you have to also consider these things when you invest in a portfolio, because I slept for nights. I say, yo, am I going to do this? You have to learn to control the emotions. You understand?
That's diamonds.
Yeah, so
diamonds.
So
a friend dropping diamonds.
Yeah, because I'm trying to get people hands-on what they're going to have to deal as an investor.
Right.
Because just like how you see me invest in a Tesla because clean future and the future's going to be so bright, cars are going to fly. But then I say, oh, I invest in a prison. But the fact that GEO fundamentally as a stock going into COVID, because my finance brain is telling me, oh, COVID come. People going to lose work, people are going to have money, people are going to lose jobs. You see all that happening, right?
Right.
People are going to prison.
Nobody could,
I wouldn't tell you that they're going to riot, you know. But guys, I saw it coming. I saw that they were going to riot and they were going to have some things, and then I saw that the head of the American society is a man who's willing to lock up people and throw away the key or beat them up or smoke them out. Right. So I figured that prisons would have benefited. And some people that say, so why investing in that? Because COVID have been in prison and kill off everybody. Fit people in prison here. So I was actually tracking it for the first few weeks when I bought it, and you realize that you thought the people in the prisons would be like dying. Some of them initially got sick, and I was like, you know, I hope them survive and everything and it would be nice because then you see that, and that's a dilemma you have because you say it would be nice if they survived in prison. So you see the dilemma. So it's like it's always gonna have me in that little spot. So the fact is that they are surviving and that I just got some dividends from from GM, my first dividends.
Yeah,
Because it's a great dividend. It's known for its dividend yield, like I think it's like between 4 and 6% or something, which is good for dividend yield, guys. If you want some, because I'm trying to create a portfolio for myself where I'm getting dividend, I'm getting growth, I'm getting defense. So what you find with the portfolio, even though I'm up right now, coming out of COVID, I'm up 60%.
Nice.
Right? Facts. So, but what I like about the portfolio more than the up 60%, because some people probably up more. On the bad days, my portfolio is still up 40%. That's what I like about my portfolio.
So even on the days where it kind of shaky.
The days when it fall off and other people have deal the volatility, but up 40%.
So the day traders, them still under pressure there.
I'm just know say, because I'm going to buy this now, I'm tell you, 3 to 5 years, you know. So if you look upon it for 3 to 5 years and say, yo, I'm good. So that's why you try and structure the portfolio that way. You understand? So that's what I did, and that's what working out so far. In terms of the 62% or 60% or whatever I'm up, I won't realize that for now because I'm an investor, not a trader. So hopefully, by the time I'm ready to draw down on some other funds, I am up even more. And you have to have faith. That makes me have to have faith in your decision, and not just faith like it's a religious thing. Your logic must be so strong that you don't worry. As I was telling you about the Tesla, I didn't even give it the companies. My logic is strong to the point where I remember I told you initially I bought 4 Tesla stocks at the 19 and then it fell like a brick to 350. And I was like, how far down is this going to go? I didn't care that it was going down. I was just trying to figure out when am I going to buy more. So that's how confident I was. So my initial 4, I bought at $910. And then after that I bought 1 share at mostly like $400. Then I bought 1 share at $600 or $700. And those 2 shares made up for whatever I would have lost. Plus now it went from the 910 to the 1,600. So plus the one that I bought at 4 also went from 4 to 1,600. So I averaged down my cost for my shares. So that's something you can research, the guys. Averaging down your cost. If you're confident in the decision, you're going to always be buying more of what you're confident in. So if you like this stock and you think this is where you're going to invest, buy more. Correct. If it becomes cheaper, you buy more. You don't get scared. Because it would have been strong in your fundamentals, your confidence level. Right? Then there let me go through the rest of my portfolio quickly. About Kraft Heinz, because Kraft Heinz was trading at a depressed level, and the assets of the company, the value of the assets are worth more than the actual stock price at a certain point in time. And then COVID came around, and what does Kraft Heinz sell? Food, my friend. Food. Packaged food. So that's excellent. Double hit on both sides. So you're hitting the opportunity and you're hitting the change in the dynamic of society. So you're getting all that. So I invested in a lot of financials because that's what I know. So like my Deutsche Bank was 14% because Deutsche Bank was a player I was looking at even before Tesla. So it was very depressed. It has gone through like 3 or 4 CEOs. And initially they were big on trading. So they were like a trading bank. So lots of trading going on. But then the market for trading got hit. So they were the first hit. So they were, when everybody was up, they were depressed, and people was like, Deutsche Bank's not doing so well. But because they were depressed, and because I understand banking, I know that banks are going to pivot. Banks are not going to sit and say, oh, we're failing and whatever. No, they're going to fire people and hire people. So that they fire the traders and they hire the wealth managers. So now the wealth managers they have in place are more significant now because now the rich people are trying to figure out who's going to manage our wealth. But because Deutsche have the front run on that now, they have already hired the best wealth managers because they were looking for that space because they came out of the trading space before the other players in the market. So now I bought some Deutsche Bank at $7 and Deutsche Bank is now $9.
So day traders are in extinction.
It's not extinct, but the banks tend to pivot like that very hard. And the banks fire hard when they're ready to fire. International banks don't joke. And I know banking workers, even locally, banks
don't joke either.
NCB does fire. Because it's the culture. It's not a personal thing. It's about survival. And then you see them now, how much they report? 20 billion in profits recently. NCB, locally, when we talk about local, that's local. But it's the same thing international, but worse. Because it's an international company just chopping off arms of the company. You understand? And just keeping what works. And
but they have to, because they have the shareholders to report to.
So I'm always running through the filter. I'm trying to come back to that. I'm always coming through the filter. I'm coming back down. Right? And then I looked at Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett. This book, guys.
Intelligent
this
investor,
is weird.
guys.
Intelligent investor.
Great book.
Not a very exciting book, not a lot of pictures.
Great book, though.
But great book and a great man.
Yeah.
And because I wanted his impact in my portfolio, I know I can't go buy everything that Berkshire Hathaway owns.
No.
But I can buy Berkshire Hathaway. So I bought Berkshire Hathaway. So now I get all of the upside of Warren Buffett without buying all those stocks. He can manage all that. People, he can manage, he can do all the work. But I don't want to give him all of my money. Like, I don't want to say I'm investing in him alone. No, I trust myself too. So I give him, I'm going to tell you how much. 6%. 6% of my money is in that. You understand? In Google. I'm going to tell you about the Google. Right. But the $100 I didn't buy it because I couldn't afford it at the time. And you know, I said $100 expensive for a stock. I want for some $10 stock. And then it worth 1,000 something. And believe it or not, I own one share because I remind myself that I made that mistake. And the same Google I know, if I run it through the filter, worse. It's like another tester.
Suppose they did a stock split.
You said what?
Stock split. Suppose you think Google did a stock split. What do you think would happen?
Well, normally stock splits are positive for the stock because it encourages more people to buy into the stock. As smaller persons are going to see an opportunity to come in, and you might see an initial bump up. Sometimes it comes back off, but it's normally positive for the stock. But the fact is that I wanted a Google because I use everything Google. Look on my laptop.
Yes, Google.
Look on my phone.
And you know me, so Google.
You understand? Right? And we use Google apps. Oh, you have Chromebooks.
Yes, I do.
So why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? It just don't make any sense. I know too much about the business and the fundamentals, and it's almost like a stable that
it is.
It does have to even have one. Because I understand so much of it. And when I look at the fundamentals and look at what they're doing and how they make them money, they won't be fall anytime soon.
No.
You understand? So I go so boom and I go so 7% of my money. One, you understand? You just 7% of the money, just buy. And then I say, all right, payments. Because people now want to use cash. And you always want payments as a business is just really good. And I always wanted some Visa, but the price was always elevated. Boom, come COVID. Opportunity to buy some Visa. Because now people we use Visa in Jamaica, we use Visa on our cards every day. And it's payments. So I wanted to buy into payments because I understand payments from a banking background. So I bought some Visa. And I was actually looking at Square International. It's another US company that they deal with payments as well. But they are way more forward looking and technological about how they do it. But at the time, there was a timing issue coming out of COVID, and they have a part of the business that they do loans to the persons who they give their, what do you call the machine then when they use Julio? For cashier machine.
You mean like a point of sale machine?
Yes, the point of sale machine. They give a point of sale machine. The customers who use the point of sale, they track that customer's data and then give that person a credit line. So because they were giving credit, I got booming. Because I was saying COVID will come and they feel small businesses as their customers. So these are the guys that's going to suffer in my mind. But there was more information I wasn't aware of, but other persons were aware, whereas like that part of the business wasn't a significant part of their profit. Okay. And because of and you won't always get it right. And you won't always get the timing right, and you won't get the information we need. So I lost out on that because I didn't know that Square actually owned the Cash App.
They own the Cash App?
Yeah, my friend. So I'm find out after the fact.
It's crazy.
So people, sometimes you own everything, you won't catch everything. So because they own that now, the social media platforms are big users of Cash App and Venmo and things like this. So they benefiting significantly because now everybody, including ourselves, want to start internet businesses.
Guys, you see what is going on here?
The funnel.
Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. And share it, my friends. Yeah. Yo, we have gems and diamonds dropping here. So
this is a real life portfolio, folks. Things that I'm actually managing. So the last thing I had was some cash. Yeah, I keep a little cash.
Keep a little
dinero. Enough of them. I have probably 2-3% of the money.
You know, some dinero. That's all.
That's my tolerance. My tolerance said me 2% cash.
Leave some money back.
Leave some money.
That's a great advice.
Most can buy one thing if I see something. You understand? And if I want to put more money in a different stock, you work with the financial fitness JA system. Your budget. You plan. You save. You invest. That's how I try to get financially fit. And this is my approach to it. in terms of the investing side of things.
Jade is an excellent approach.
Yeah.
And I think our viewers out there will understand that. Listen, it's advice that it might cost you millions, but guys, we're giving it away to you because we believe that Jamaicans who must be out here must be financially fit from everybody to understand that you are world citizens, as my friend Jade.
Yeah, it's a very real thing.
Right?
As Jamaicans, we have to do our best. And I'm here to show you that it is possible. I'm not making millions and millions and millions. I invest within my scale, but I apply the same principles.
Guys, please post your comments. Please post your comments and tell us exactly what you want us to review again in terms of this, because we think that this is going to be a continual Jade filter Harrison as it here. And the funnel is always going to be here, guys. Alright? But Jade, what must they do to this video though?
Like,
subscribe,
share,
and ring that bell.
Ring the bell. Just as a side note,
Yeah.
we want to leave. I'm gonna leave the list of stocks. Not recommendations, folks, because I'm not giving recommendations.
We don't give advice.
Yeah. And you can probably use these stocks to double check the funnel that I broke down earlier. Yeah. But we do this, right?
All the time.
All the time, bro. All the time.